Hey, what's up, Conez? Can you pass me the ghost weed? Okay, sweet.
Alright, you got it?
Whew.
Ghostly.
Oh man. I think I got that RZA. Yeah. Welcome to the Codes and Dope Show. Yo, we just saw Aldo take the left jab from Conor McGregor. He hit the Brazilian, and then he won 16 million. Oh shit, if you saw that jab, it ragdolled him like a machine. But Aldo was like a samurai. He'd been decapitated, but still got that shot off to fly. Oh, that's some good shit.
Oh, that's that ghost weed, is it, huh?
Oh, straight ghost weed.
Straight GW.
Damn, I haven't had that since the daylight days.
Conez and Doe Show.
Welcome. How you been going, bro?
Not too bad. You know how I've been going.
Yeah, so yesterday for the McGregor fight.
The McGregor fight, UFC194, was it?
Ireland have a new king.
Yeah? What was it? You told me his line was again against Aldo. I think it was like Conor McGregor shit-talking Aldo, and he's like, I'm like a king on a horse riding through his favela.
Back in another time.
Yeah, and I'm like...
It was pretty badass.
I'm like, that's pretty unbeatable if you're like a sort of guy who can fight like that, but also shit-talk like that. Like,
yeah, it was unbelievable.
How can you come back against that, really? You're like, I don't live in a favela. He probably does, you know?
It was just over so quick. It was just so much hype for 13 seconds, but it kind of paid off because it was still pretty technical the way he did it, like drew him in and did it exactly the way he predicted again. It's just fucking crazy.
Totally. There's pretty unstoppable about someone who runs their fucking mouth but then is able to back it up. I guess Donald Trump's another example that we have at the moment. You know,
he's knocking them all down.
You know what I mean, though? If he just keeps saying crazy shit and keeps getting more popular, it's sort of the equivalent of like Conor McGregor, like, haha, like...
Yeah, just snowballing with all the enthusiasm of all these people that are just blindly following him.
Like him shit-talking some of the, like, you know, some pretty tough dudes and shit, and then being like, ha ha ha, like dressing like a smug cunt, so good on him. Good on the little leprechaun.
But I don't know, I reckon Donald Trump would have to pick how much he's going to win the election by and all this shit, you know?
That's true. Probably placing bets on himself as well too.
It would have been cool to put some money on, but I'm not really the betting type unless you're in Vegas, apparently.
Unless you got the Michael Jackson machines and stuff.
But fuck, that would have been good. And it's got all that, if you're into all fucking weird shit, it's got all that Masonic symbolism and stuff about it, how... I guess not over there, it was the 12th, but in Australia when we were watching it, it was the 13th, and he did it in 13 seconds, and 13 is synonymous with all this rebirth shit and all this weird stuff.
Fuck.
And it's like, ooh, the birth of a new king.
I don't know, it makes you wonder what happened to Building 7, huh?
Illuminati confirmed.
Conor McGregor, Illuminati confirmed. Yeah. But why not, you know? Why not put him in it? You want a bit of, you know... You want a bit of a glam factor and stuff. It was like in The Simpsons when they had the Republican committee meeting in like this like gothic castle and it had like celebrity boxes and stuff in it. I reckon Conor McGregor would be good in the Illuminati. We're going to blind them to the Masonic conspiracy.
He probably would be good. He'd just be like, it's good business.
So you reckon he's made...
I think it's good business. Sorry, that's atrocious.
I think it's good business for the Celtic Tiger economy. Is he making a lot of money for that shit? Because I've heard conflicting reports.
That one apparently was 16.1 mil, I think, was his take home or something.
Okay, because I guess if you're right at the top, you're making good money, but I've heard
he only just renegotiated for that deal, so before that, probably nowhere near that, and then... You never know how soon he can renegotiate after that as well. So.
They probably make the bulk of that money from endorsements and shit though as well. Like surely he'd be able to fucking, you know, rake in heaps.
And do they get percentage? I think they may get percentage of pay-per-view and stuff if they can get their manager and shit to sign off on it. And I guess it just depends on your personal agent or promoter or whatever they call it and how good a deal they can negotiate with the UFC. And the way that he's predicting shit, the way he's got a country on his side and all this kind of stuff, it makes it pretty hard to, you know, to argue with him if he is sort of bringing in that sort of revenue for the company. So.
If he's coming into the boardroom and kick you in the face and shit. Yeah. But it's a good point about the country on this side, because we watched one between Luke Rockhold
and Chris Weidman.
Chris Weidman, the All-American boy.
That was a sick fight.
It was, excuse me, it was a good fight, but yeah, I mean, they're both American, so you can't really both appeal. Like, he's like, I'm the All-American guy, and the other guy's like, well, you know, I'm American too. But
in my mind, because like I only get dribs and drabs, but I watch a bit of like fight promo shit. And it was kind of like the All-American Family Man versus like this weird... Because I hadn't done enough research on it, so one of the only things I saw was like Luke Rockhold talking about this bong he made, that he got away with getting it through like a science fair at school and shit, and he won first prize with the bong that he made that's like a secret bong. Yeah,
you told me that, and I was like, oh, he sounds heaps cool. And then I heard him speak, and I was like, oh.
So I was like, oh yeah, when he speaks, I don't know, I think that's just because he's like trying to calculate what he's going to say so hard that it comes out so slow and like not exactly the way he's probably trying, but...
It's kind of hard. I guess you have to craft an image at that level, and
in those vlog ones that I watched where he's being a bit more natural, it comes out, you know, it comes out better, and he just seems like a more normal dude.
Because Conor McGregor's quite likeable, even though no one could ever accuse him of being humble. Like, after he won, he climbed up, straddling the octagon, and then doing the, like, you know, flipping the money out, and then straight into the middle finger at the entire crowd.
That was fucking awesome.
It's like, who are you doing that to? But at the same time...
But yeah, if you don't like him, he's like a love or hate guy.
Yeah, he's like Kanye for me.
I imagine there's some Brazilians that don't like him very much right now.
Well, you know.
I was looking at some news articles of it, and it just showed a vine, like a few second thing of instead of looking at the ring, it was just looking at the faces of the Brazilian trainers and like his guys just at the start of the fight, and it's just like like, oh fuck, it's like heartbreaking almost, you know, just like one of the guys like almost pulls his hat off and looks like he's about to just instantly cry, and like the other two guys are just like shocked. One guy almost looks like he's saluting, but I think he's just rubbing his head, you know, it's almost like he's saluting Conor McGregor, like, oh my god.
Well, I don't want to sound rude, but if there's one thing about Brazilians, it's that they're used to losing, you know. Like at the World Cup, they lost to kind of Germany, and in general, they lost Ayrton Senna or whatever his name is, the F1 driver. So they lost some of their land, probably to Paraguay or something. So
you're saying they can deal with it?
They can deal with it. I mean, Brazil's one of these countries that God's dealt a few blows to, kind of thing. You know how? Yeah.
They could end up being a rematch, but you never know.
They're more resilient than like maybe Canadians or something, you know? I don't know.
But that was fun. The last few fights, I'm not sure if I would drink again. Like, I've watched a number of fights just kind of stoned or like high or whatever the fuck's a nice way of saying it, because I think it's nice, you know? It's nice. And it's stimulating, and I can follow the fights really intricately.
Yeah.
But this time I was way more into the fight. But when that punch happened, like I was like, you know, I was like only 4 or 5 drinks in, but it was quick enough that I was just inebriated a little bit enough that I didn't even really see the punch properly. Yeah. Until they ran the slow-mo, I didn't really know what the fuck happened. Like,
would you say the fact you're...
That pissed me off a little bit, but I liked how much I enjoyed it when it would, you know, when he got the knockout and shit. Like, oh, fuck!
So would you say, as a difference between the weed and the alcohol, the weed helps you sort of, you know, study it, analyze it in a way, whereas alcohol, it's more the visceral thrill of the violence kind of thing?
Yeah, you just get sort of sucked into this fucking mindset.
Fucking bash him, yeah. Yeah, I suppose so.
In the moment and shit.
I guess it probably was quite a lot of Jim Beam sold yesterday, yeah.
I prefer the just cannabis stimulation, so you can just see everything that's gone down and kind of hopefully think that you saw the right thing, because it's pretty hard to analyse some fights.
I like to watch it completely sober because it's part of my regime. I have to be in tip-top condition to observe it.
That's probably enough about the Conor fight, though. But yeah,
enough about the
Ireland do have a new king, so we did have to talk about it.
Yeah, so congratulations to the King of Ireland.
But afterwards, right, I had a few... I probably had 4 or 5 drinks left in this bottle of wild turkey, 50%, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
So I just poured it into the 2-litre Coke that I had. It had, like, you know, a third of it left.
Why not?
Topped it up with a bit of ginger ale, and then skated home to Manly from Lanco.
All the way?
Yeah.
That was pretty good. What's that? What's that? Like 8 kilometres, 10 kilometres or something?
I'm not too sure. It took like 3.5 hours.
Nice.
But I finished.
Did you fall over?
Only once, and it was when I was ass boarding, right? Okay. Like when I was standing, I was fine. But I was drinking that thing, right? And I probably started still in Lane Cove, or maybe just up to the highway on Lane Cove, so like a kilometre or two in, and finished the drink probably at the bottom of, about to come up the other side with the spit, right?
Yeah.
And then after I finished it, I'd rolled like a 3-paper doobie for the ride or whatever before I left, and I managed to save it all that way, right?
No.
But
Jesus.
so I got up the top of the other side of the spit and like was like, yeah, blaze this doobie, and like got to the top of that sort of headland there that then you can pretty much all the way downhill to Manly, right?
Yeah.
And finished that doobie sort of just as I was coming to the start of these hills that I could probably ride into Manly. And then vomited on the side of the road or whatever, because it's like beer then grass.
You're on your ass. That's
but it was like,
thinking,
super stimulated me still, and I felt so much better after I just yacked a tiny bit twice or whatever. Like,
nice, yeah.
A couple of mouthfuls, not even very much,
Yeah.
but just like made you feel instantly better.
Just a little skate boot, right?
And then it was a little dumb, I guess. Not heaps dumb, because I'm pretty skilled with the skateboard, but I haven't done it for that long. I'm sort of just getting back into it, and I was a little bit inebriated, so it's probably a bit too drunk balls or
Sure.
whatever. But bombed all the hills on the way back into Manly as well on the rally course, and
Nice.
it was gnarly. I probably was causing a bit of havoc. It wasn't too late. It was like 11, but they probably had a few like yews going down the street and singing along to shit that's way too loud in the headphones and stuff.
Yeah, that sounds fun. I'm glad.
Banging a few street signs with the skateboard deck. Not too hard though. I've toned it down a lot because I was pretty maggot and I wasn't doing very much
property damage.
Delinquent kind of shit. I've come a long way.
That is a long way, all the way over from Lane Cove back.
Like my fucking left hamstring and calf muscle are a bit fucking sore on my right Achilles, but I'm a lot better than I thought it would be. But
Excellent.
I'm pretty fit these days, so
Nice.
it's pretty cool.
Excellent. Blasting that shit.
It was wild. Wild! I wouldn't mind doing it straight, but drinking helps the distance. Just forget about what the fuck you're doing. And it's quite downhill, really. If you choose a good way, apart from going up the other side of Spit Hill, you can get quite a lot of downhill from Lane Cove to Manly.
Nice.
So it was fuck yeah.
Sweet, that's a good little trip.
Yeah, man.
It was a good little Sunday. So much packed into one little Sunday.
Oh, dude, yeah. And I think it burned off the alcohol as well and made, like, today less of a hangover. So it was good.
Yeah, nice.
Just, like, riding it off.
Yeah, I got a bit of beach at the weekend. It was good.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's sweet.
Where'd you hit up?
Just this fucked up little beach. It's right near like Malcolm Turnbull's house in the super rich area kind of thing.
Around
Darling Point.
Kirribilli and shit.
No, like Darling Point on the other side.
Oh, the other side.
But there's no
yeah.
signs to it, so no one knows it's there, and you have to sneak through. And it's pretty cool. It's just this nice, quiet little harbour bay, easy to get to from the inner city.
Sweet. Many people there?
Nah,
That's pretty good.
yeah, just fucking chilling and shit.
Oh, shit. Should we talk about it?
Yeah, probably not. You might have to delete this shit, I guess.
There's some pretty nice places around Manly that are kind of like that, but I don't think they're going to stay like that for long. It's getting pretty developed down here too.
That's true, and not if we go the way of Switzerland as well, because apparently horse sex is up in Switzerland. People having sex with horses.
Which direction? Horse to human or human to horse?
It doesn't say. It says, I've heard conflicting reports about how it goes down.
Just horse love.
Yeah, just a bit of horseplay, I think. but apparently the organisation that studies it thinks that human on horse, like animal sexual abuse, whatever you want to call it, has gone up by as much as 10% in the last year. That's the stat that I learnt this week.
Whew.
What would you attribute that to, you reckon?
Just hard economic times, eh?
Yeah, hard economic times. Hey, that's what they're eating and shit too, yeah. Fuck. I suppose
You
so.
know, it's just tough and, you know,
But, okay, I get it on that
it's
level.
hard to attract a lady and there's all these mares around.
Yeah. Are you sure the horse is going to consent? Because if it's saying nay, nay means nay, you know?
Well, I don't know. You're already riding it.
I suppose so. It's a fine line, huh? It's a fine line with horse sex in Switzerland, I guess.
It's nicer than what happens to the racehorses.
Yeah, that's probably true. These ones, at least these ones are loved. I suppose that's what you'd say. But what, I don't know. Switzerland, I guess it's kind of rural. There's lots of farmers and I don't know.
The reason, yeah.
Maybe the stats for other countries are even higher. Like,
It's got to be pharmaceutical drugs.
Yeah, Minnesota or Turkey or something, it would be pretty high, I reckon.
These middle-aged Swedes, where are they from?
Switzerland.
Switzerland,
So like Heidi-style Alps kind of people, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, and all this Xanax and stuff. Like, I don't know, maybe horse sex could be okay. It might just be fine. And then you come off the Xanax like,
It's okay, we're not a member of the EU. Oh no.
It's Big Pharma. It's totally Big Pharma.
Oh, Gustav stricken the horses.
All this horse sex is Big Pharma. Illuminati confirmed.
Illuminati confirmed Big Pharma. Big Pharma into the big horse dicks, you reckon?
Yep.
Do you reckon it's the horses that are being sexier?
Horse sex and chewing gum.
Are the horses being... Are the horses being sexier to turn the humans on, or are the humans getting more depraved? That's what I want to know.
Well, I don't know if horses are sexy in the first place, or if humans are just perceiving this kind of stuff.
Don't little girls often have these first infatuations about horses? It's sort of a surrogate for like the male spirit and shit.
But isn't that
sort of sexy? In
I know
way,
this
right?
is probably horrible too, but isn't that because it's associated with little girls riding ponies and you're getting this, vaginal stimulation, and it's pre-sexual, but you've always have this.
I don't know.
This really good feeling about riding these horses and stuff.
I don't know. I thought it was little girls who didn't even ride horses. There was something about that.
Well, okay.
Their majesty.
Sorry, okay, I just went there. But yeah.
But it could be that. I mean, I don't know. Who knows?
As if you haven't heard that about bicycle riding and horse riding and shit before.
I guess you'd have to ask a little girl, but I don't guess
clitoral stimulation. I'm sure it's all different for every girl out there, but if you want to call into our nighttime show and we can take it live and we can talk to you about all your pillow talk problems.
Pillow talk. So do you reckon these horse fuckers in Switzerland, what are the Swiss girls doing amongst all this? How are they involved?
Well, you've seen the size of these things, so I don't know.
Swiss women? Or?
I'll leave that up to your imagination, but fuck.
Heidi's pretty big.
No, just horse members and stuff. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
so
members of the horse club. I think there's quite a lot.
We'll have to keep it at oral and stuff, I think. I solved that by taking a big sip after I said it.
How's your chocolate milk day?
That was like the exclamation point. If I was still smoking cigarettes, I would have fucking ashed after I said that shit. Like, yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
You proved your point.
So yeah, I think we've solved the horse sex crisis, but
yeah,
move to Australia. We're taking everybody.
Are we taking all horses and shit too, though?
All races, all horses.
We export horses to the Middle East.
Or flora, or fauna.
Do you know we
concentrated? Synthetic.
We export horses and camels to the Middle East.
Soon we're going to be selling those motherfuckers sand.
Well, it's not far off, yeah. I mean, that's the way it's headed.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Fuck.
Yeah, that's no joke. That's no joke, though. It's like shipping coal to Newcastle, as they say, right?
I'm going to sell you fucking air to breathe and all this kind of shit, but, yeah.
For the moment, just horses and camels.
Have you seen these, because usually it's the American college system doing all the weird shit and trying to, like, push the agenda of the so-called, like, whatever, new zeitgeist and all this kind of shit.
All right.
But in Australia, they can't tell... Or I haven't read any further developing stories, and I think this is a couple of weeks old now, but they've been trying to form student unions for white European heritage students, right? Because there's so many other groups that are like fully do all this stuff, and then there isn't one for the white. I don't know. It's like fully trolly, and it probably is, but at the same time, it's like it's fucked up. All these people in the comment sections and stuff, because like no one can really shit on it, because then it's sort of shitting on other minorities, which is why probably these people put it up in the first place, because like catch-22 shit.
It is some trolls. I saw it organised. I saw a comment from one guy who was like, "Hey, we're organising it around here," like da 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 da.
Because I guess the underlying point is supposed to be that Australia has a white European heritage in the first place, so there's no need for that because it's ingrained in the system in the first place. But
no, the point is you're born with inborn guilt for being a white person,
and you're given rights immediately. You're a white male.
You got both.
You win.
Yeah.
We kind of won a bit, though.
I don't need no union.
I feel pretty privileged at the same time, though. Like, fuck, you get born here and you get some pretty stokeable shit. We'll probably be able to buy Oculus Rifts then and just jerk off to POV. So.
Well, I think Mark Zuckerberg's arranging to give him an Oculus Rift to every kid in Tanzania.
No shit, or what?
Yeah, I just made that up.
Oh, damn, he should. He totally should.
Oh, yeah. They're giving out laptops and stuff, but the laptop's not really going to help you escape, you know? If people in the first world want escapism that bad, imagine...
And on all of that Oculus shit that they give back to Tanzania, it should say, like, funded by African fucking, you know, minerals and all this shit. Like, thank you. It just says thank you on the side of their Oculus and stuff.
So when you put it on and you look like a big quarry, kind of, all this waste, it makes it look like this nice sort of, like, green area and everything. Because that would catch on... That would catch on pretty good, wouldn't it, over there? I don't know.
Don't worry about the chainsaw noise. It's still the jungle. It's beautiful. Smoke some more crocodile.
Fuck.
Import from Russia.
Yeah, lots of Russians in the Congo. They're flying planes. They're ex-mercenaries and shit. That's how they're there, sort of, you know.
Oh, mate.
Oh, mate.
It's like the good old days in Africa.
Like humanity itself, it always comes back to Africa, you know? It always comes back to Africa.
The new old West.
Yeah. Yeah, there's this pretty tasty fucking Chinese place near our place. It's on Pitt Street. It's called Hose. If you're over there, you should check it out. And it just does like little fried dumpling type things that are heaps tasty. And I went there with my girlfriend, and it's next to this little sort of like grubby alley. And the first time we're there, we're waiting for Hose, and it's like, there's a syringe in the alley, and we're like, that's kind of dirty. And look up, and directly above Hose, the yum cha sort of shop, is the Black Orchid brothel, right? Just right above Hose and everything, and there's a fucking syringe in there. So next time we were there, I'd never seen this during the day or whatever, but we're there, and there's down the side alley is the entrance to the Black Orchid. We're just having a ciggy waiting for our food, and this guy comes walking along just like in a leather jacket, and I caught the exact moment when he like looked over his shoulder to see if anybody else was looking, and made this mad like left 90-degree turn and shit, and ducked into the brothel. He thought no one saw him at all, kind of thing. He was trying to be too sly in the middle of the day, but it was such a fucked up little zigzag. It's like in the Matrix where he's telling him on the phone to crouch down, like go left, go right. It's like that sort of thing.
Maybe it was Neo.
Yeah, that could have been Neo. That was filmed in Sydney, so fuck. What is it? The Black Orchid? That sounds like some Morpheus shit, sort of, huh?
Maybe he was going to see the Oracle.
Yeah.
She gives great head.
She only works Tuesdays and Thursdays, I think. But either way, I thought it was interesting that at this one building, if you wanted hose, it didn't matter what type it was, kind of thing.
Yeah, I did like the hose.
Yeah. So if you're in the area, check it out, I guess.
Hose on hose. What suburb?
Right in the city, Pitt Street.
So like just in one area
near
code,
Central Station.
Not in different area codes.
Oh, man.
Sorry, I'm a bit fucking loose today. I did drink a bit yesterday, but I tried to load up on vitamins for the show, everybody, so I tried.
Yeah, did you pump up a bit?
I haven't exercised because skating home was kind of enough, and my legs are all fucked up. But
that's good exercise. You're looking pretty swole.
Played a bit of cricket on the weekend. Smashed a few runs, eh?
Smashed a few runs? How'd you go?
We lost, but I hit 3 boundaries of the first 3 balls of our innings, chasing a massive total, so it kind of was pretty cool trying to put it on them. But we lost by like 14 runs in the end. Just ran out of overs to get the runs.
So close.
It was pretty gay.
Would have been kind of like the movie 300, I guess, huh?
Yeah, it was getting close at the end. It was close enough to be like, it was still a really good game. But yeah, it sucks.
Oh, well, it sounds like a good weekend for everyone involved.
Yeah, no injuries and shit, touch wood. It was pretty fucking sweet. And then the fight and the skate home and far out. It's been epic.
Just the summer Sydney weather, you know?
I was hanging out with one of my other mates a bit as well, who lives like at the projects, and another time hanging with him, we saw another mutual friend of ours. It's more his friend than mine, who used to be like sort of more normal in parenthesis, like you and me and shit. like, you know, would dabble in stuff, but just sort of a party dude and just a cool guy. And then now I, like, met him a couple of years later on the other side of being, like, you know, on the ice and on heroin and been in jail a couple of times and in the paper for the wrong reasons and that kind of shit. And we were just hanging, and like, it was just normal because, like, you know, when you're hanging with old people from the day, it can just be normal even if they're all fucked up. I don't know, I treat everyone like it's still like when I hung out with them before, you know what I mean, until something fucked up happens. And nothing fucked up happened. It was cool, we were just chilling. And he had the funniest fucking line. He's like, oh yeah, so I was talking to my mum the other day and she's like, hey, name, I reckon you should quit doing drugs, eh? And I was like, Mum, I'm not quitting anything. I just got a job.
Well, it's a good reply, I guess.
He's got to be a character.
Fuck.
It's in a cartoon or some shit.
Is that like that thing where it's like, put away the drugs, son? Mom, I'm trying.
Like, you're stealing my material now.
No. That was credited to Doe. I just had to do it. It was so similar.
We are a team, though. We write
we
for
are
each
a
other
team.
and shit. So.
Yeah. Doe's a ride or die bitch, you might say.
Fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Did you like my techno song last week? Or like a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It was pretty, oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it was pretty good. It's pretty intense, but I hope a few listeners like muzzed out their brain a little bit listening to it.
Yeah, hopefully you were on your recovery day after a bender.
Yeah, totally. Hey, you know, speaking of... Well,
and then you could have watched Care Bears as well.
Well, speaking of such childlike things, I guess I heard a story from a friend of mine who is a teacher now, and with regards to these newfangled sort of teaching, they're always trying new progressive forms of education, everything like that. And she was telling me it's sort of weird and not really that good, because the whole idea now is like, oh, there's these small little groups in this giant room, so you got one room full of like 6 kids at class, at like 6 little lessons. It's like, oh, it's the open plan learning and all that sort of shit, right? So
yeah, they're like divvied up.
Yeah, and as one of the kind of aims of it, like, oh, there should always be little groups like doing this and that, and every like activity. There's actually purposely less chairs and desks in the room than there are students.
So that people have to stand.
People always have to be
standing. It's like this OH&S fucking maniac world.
How crazy
awesome.
is that? Building these mechanisms into these like crazy little teaching plans and shit.
It's probably kind of good for you, like not being able to sit and stuff. But I don't know. That'd probably drive you nuts too when school's so fucking boring, though. Yeah. Imagine having to stand around and be bored. How are you going to hide the paper planes and shit? And how are you going to burn a fucking monumental sculpture into the back of your plastic school chair if you don't even have a fucking school chair?
That's a good point.
How are you going to burn fake vaginas through your school chair?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
That is a question our educational administrators need to ask themselves.
Then you can only do your pranks in art class, and that sucks.
You got to be able to sit down in music or something, right? Like, if you're playing the bassoon or something, you know? Then you could have a go.
Not for too long, though.
Not for too long. Okay, get up. You sit long enough. Get up. Yeah, that'd be pretty badass.
You'll have to hop in time with the song.
But yeah, it just seems like that would be like, it's sort of providing a, you know, backseat of the bus is where the bad kids go. It's sort of providing one of them for the classroom. Like, oh, I'm just up here, I'm just doing this. Like,
it'd be funny, you get the constant bad team. There's like 3 dudes that are always just the bad ones. Like, they're going to be heap shit.
Yeah.
And then that's
like,
cool.
we're standing up away, like, no, teacher's talking. They're like, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of the education system trying to diversify and help specialise children in certain things, but fuck, man, it's such a monumental task to try and do anything like that. It's like, think about your experience in school and like what you took out of it. Like, there was plenty of stuff you took out of it, but for me, the main stuff, I don't know, it was more social, and you got a lot of fucking knowledge and, you know, shit out. I don't know, it's hard to graph, you know.
Yeah.
It still has some sort of value to it, even though it is from an industrial age, and it's like the bell rings and you do this fucking shit. Like, it's set up like a factory to pump out this shit and repeat stuff so that you're not really intellectually, like, you know, you're just fucking droning shit.
Yeah.
You see all those, like, high-up dudes that make not Facebook exactly, but, you know, shit like that, and the Silicon Valley show rips on it, how you're like, oh, don't go to college and all this shit. If you really get the proper focus and a good idea and you can work on something and specialise, that's probably the best thing for you to do.
To go to school, yeah.
No, to specialise just in in anything. Like, you'd drop out early, you'd fucking do it. But it's just so... I'm still having trouble making the decision of what is the one thing that I want to do and excel at, and I'm fucking over 30. It's insane. So I think that's where the validity of the current school system stands, is that how many of these fucking kids under 18 even, like, you go younger, but like under 18, that even know what the fuck they really want to do. You kind of think you do back then, but like my idea of what I wanted to do was way vaguer than I even knew what was at the time, you know? Like, oh yeah, I want to do that, but I didn't really understand what was involved and stuff. Yeah. Maybe I've just been like kind of a fucking head in the clouds kind of guy, but I'm sure it's the same for a lot of kids. And
takes all types, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I guess the alternative is having him running around with like little handguns like City of God fucking killing people, so... Because
it sets you up to be able to at least make a little bit of money and like try and get by and shit.
Yeah, not die in a gutter.
Which is the curse of it as well. But if you can figure out that fucking thing to specialise, I would encourage anyone to just like find that thing, and if you really love it, fuck everything else.
I think the message of the Conez and No show is stay in school, kids, you know?
Until you find your fucking dream thing and then focus on that and fuck school. But yeah, stay in school for now.
Yeah. Winners don't use drugs either. If President Bush number uno was
That's correct. What the video games used to tell me in the 80s, but I was high.
Yeah. Well, I've always wondered about that.
Not in the 80s, that's a lie.
The implication of that... I'm
probably high on oxygen, though.
I've always thought this for a while, that winners don't use drugs on arcade games, right? It's pretty punchy as a medium to reach the youth. But at the same time, isn't it reinforcing, like, on arcade games, you lose more than you win. Like, boop, 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 like, game over. Yeah, but so each time it says winners don't use drugs, it's sort of subliminally saying... Go do drugs. Because
you can just get another life.
Yeah, and Bush was head of the CIA, so this is how they planted crack in the inner city. You guys should look it up, seriously.
Well, and also it's like, you lose your life, it's got this little heart thing, or even sometimes some medicine vial, or like whatever it is representing your life, and you get your life back.
Yeah.
But above all of that life and living system and shit, what's really running it? Put that fucking dollar in, bro. It's that money running it.
Fair point. Oh, it's such a cold world we live in sometimes. But seriously, good work to all the teachers out there who are doing their best to make a difference.
And the creator of Street Fighter, thank you very much. Fuck, man. Provided me with joy. And urethane skateboard wheels and all the cool shit.
Jesus.
Surfing.
Yeah. Angels. What else?
Fucking sloppy vaginas. Well, you know, anything good, really.
Horses?
Don't make me send you back to Switzerland.
Fuck, I think we'll leave Switzerland. They've closed their borders, I think.
I saw another article a couple of weeks ago. It was kind of a provocative article. I don't know if it really meant to be or not. I'm sure it did in this fucking day and age. With all the... I'm not sure if I watched the conclusion of South Park either, on a side note.
Oh, really? You should watch it. It's pretty good.
Shit. But yeah, it's along those lines with this next article. It's a... game-changing HIV drug, apparently, that's going around in America, and they said it could be over here within 5 years. And it says that if you take it, it prevents the transmission of the HIV virus. So I'm guessing they're saying that then you can sleep with people that have HIV, or you can sleep with people if you have HIV and stuff, and you don't transmit it and stuff anymore.
Yeah.
So then the article goes into this whole side of it where there's people in the gay community in America that are preemptively like taking this as a like a precautionary measure so that they can just go out and fuck whoever they want and unprotected, you know? And they've become, I think the drug's called Truvada, so they've become known as Truvada whores.
Truvada whores.
Yeah, so it sounds pretty intense. It sounds like the 80s are coming back. Look at that guy. That's fucking pretty 80s.
There's a pretty gay guy there. Yeah, Truvada whore. Yeah. I don't know. It seems like one small danger amongst many eliminated, perhaps, and stuff. But, you know, I'm all down for whatever people want to do.
Well, if scientists are allowed to work on a super virus, why can't gay guys? Oh shit.
Do you mean like collectively incubating it, sort of, or what?
Well, they're going to be immune to HIV.
But straights aren't.
So what's coming next?
So straights aren't, so we'll be vulnerable.
Well, everyone will be. But they're cooking it up if they're doing this preemptive drug taking and like trying to bake it up in their ass lab and all this kind of shit.
They're going to pause.
Like, shoot it in there, shoot it in there.
Dude, they're going to pause our nig asses.
Sorry, that was a bit rough, everyone, but you know what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, yeah. It's concerning. It's concerning.
No, I've heard them referred to as, and so this is getting dark, but heard them referred to as
scatological, yeah.
Bug catchers before.
Yeah, bug catchers.
That would go around and deliberately catch it, so at least that's stopping that kind of shit now. It's more these guys that are like, I'll cop it. I can cop anything.
I prefer not to think of it as bug catchers, as more giving the gift. That's the nicer term out of it.
That's fucking horrible.
Do you want a gift, sir?
Give it the Magic Johnson. No. I'm sorry, Magic. It was right there on the tip of my tongue, and I couldn't help myself.
So, stay in school. Always use a condom. That's 2 of our moral lessons for today. To the Conez and Aldo.
Find something to specialise in.
Oh yeah.
Whether it be a sexual partner or a career, and then you don't have to wear a condom.
Okay.
Only if you specialise, though. If you're going to be broad with your sexual interests.
I've heard you should wear condoms at work, though.
At work?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, especially when you're fucking.
Good point.
If you work at Hose.
Yeah, that Hose place is great. I hope they don't sue me for defamation now or something.
No one come to our store anymore. After the Cuts and Dough show. Oh fuck. Gonna ban the paper, cuz. Especially with later, I've heard that we're fucking premiering a Black Mac track. I don't even know if I've heard it, but fuck. So I think maybe our pre-show listeners have heard it. I heard they got the scoop on one of our Black Mac tracks, but cool. But yeah, thought I'd just drop the little teaser.
Well, I met a dog the other day, a tiny little Italian Mastiff that was entirely black, and his name was Mac. It was a cute,
it's a sign.
It was a cute little
It's all coming together.
It's all coming together. Fucking Building 7 all over again, man.
I know it's disrespectful because I know all of them and really like them, but I was just thinking in terms of the broader spectrum, the broader universe, and, you know, the character G-Fuck, right?
Yeah.
It'd be cool if he had like a missus or like, you know, a
lady friend.
A character girlfriend.
Yeah.
That she would be called Lady Fuck. Hello, it's G and Lady Fuck.
What about Thugger as a first name? Thugger Fuck? Yeah, I don't know. It's like I'm excluded.
Lady Fuck is pretty cool.
Lady Fuck's good. Lady Gaga might sue you.
Oh, true. Because she might think you're just trying to one-up her.
Gaga means fucking Latvian, actually. So Black Mac. What were you saying about Black Mac?
Oh, we just had the new song to Primo later. So if you've been listening to the show, you probably know the deal. But I think he's LA born. He's had some trouble with the law. Strong language warnings, and yeah, just hilarious in my opinion.
Just beware.
But yeah, offensive as shit. So apologies in advance. And if you can't hack it, just turn it off, eh?
Just turn it off if you want, I guess.
Yeah, no need to complain. Or just complain to like the news and stuff and jack up our fucking views. Can.
Yeah, just watch it. Complain to today tonight could do an expose or whatever.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind going and say hi to Stan Zemanek, eh?
What, in that...
Oh shit, is he alive still?
No, he's dead.
Fuck!
Not
that guy, the other guy, you know?
No, Stan Zemanek would be good going that great big panel show in the sky.
He's the beast, wasn't he?
There's no such thing as stress. Stop crying.
I was thinking of the other one. Who's the Stan from Today Tonight? The
Stan Grant?
Yeah.
Or Ray Martin?
Yeah, Stan Grant.
Fine journalist, fine Aussie journalist.
Yeah. He would have told it straight.
You can always trust Stan Grant to get it straight, I guess. Fuck.
Dave Chappelle is doing this shit at fucking comedy shows now, right? Where when you get to the show, you got to put your phone. They hand out all these fucking lockable pouches, and you got to put your phone in it at the start, and it unlocks when you like walk out this radius, outside or whatever.
Yeah.
So while you're in there, you can't film or record his shit. So
that's cool.
So
That's
I'm not sure really what to think of it. It is pretty cool, and it makes sense for comedians how when you're like working out material and shit, and it's not really bang on what you want for your special and shit yet. You don't really want weak shit up there, but
it's sort of a show of your status as well too, because not every comedian would get people be like, fuck no, why should I give up my phone? But if they're like, oh, I'll do it for Dave, it's like, haha, like
I'm still a bit both ways about it. I totally get it, and it's like you don't want people just making their money off you and you want to maximize it, but how much money does he have?
Probably quite a bit.
And like, who really gives a fuck at the end of the day? I kind of like the other attitude of like some of those sort of, I know I'm a bit of a fucking fanboy probably, but like the Rogan guys and Bill Burr and all those desk quad guys and shit, how it's sort of like you try and just pump out as much as possible. And I think Bill Burr even puts up his old specials on his own YouTube account and shit for free and stuff after they've been up for like a year or two.
Yeah.
So it's like you can buy it for a while and then it's just like fucking have it. I think audiences kind of prefer that, like the whole free podcast thing, and then a cheap like Louis C.K. sort of redefined the model with the $5 fucking stand-up thing.
Yeah.
And then I think Joe Rogan did the same thing with one of his, and other guys have kept doing it.
Totally. And like 5 minutes of our show is worth all of 5 years that Jerry Seinfeld has done, like, honestly.
What's the deal with that?
And we're giving it to you for free, so yeah. R.I.P. Robin Williams, I guess.
Costanza's going to be upset.
Do you reckon little birds could evolve back into dinosaurs?
Cockatoos don't really seem that far from dinosaurs.
Because, they came from dinosaurs originally,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So if there was some sort of, like, global sort of nuclear sort of plutonium sort of, whatever, X-Men type bullshit or whatever, they could theoretically become these giant crazy dinosaurs again?
Yeah, I guess it's all just conditions, isn't it? Because on the newer version of Cosmos with Neil deGrasse Tyson, I think, it was going through some of the earlier ages where there was way more oxygen in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And because, like, roaches and all these sort of, what are they called?
Fucking little
exoskeleton
bugs.
kind of creatures don't have a respiratory system the same way we do. They just breathe through these holes in their fucking shell and all this stuff, right? And because it was so much more oxygen rich, the bugs were all fucking giant.
Yeah.
So, like, some shit happens and there's way more oxygen, and then you got these, like, fucking roaches that are a foot long walking around. And
that's fucking gross.
Yeah, it'd be so fucked up. Like, but that happened, like, millions of years, or I can't remember how many. It could be, like, fucking...
Well, this show is dedicated to those millennial generations of unknown people who squished down the big bugs, like evolutionary, so we wouldn't have to deal with them. To all those, like, nameless, anonymous people.
Fuck yeah.
Good work on you for squashing the big ones so we don't have to deal with, like, these massive, disgusting ones. Like, we got a pretty comfortable sort of little planet.
Big up to the bug stompers.
Big up to Bug Stomp Massive.
This makes me think of fucking Starship Troopers again.
Yeah, that's true.
All those kids in a circle, like, yeah. Stomping on cockroaches.
You got to get revenge for Buenos Aires, though, seriously.
Do you reckon it was no roaches were harmed during the making of this film? I reckon it was just straight up roach stomping.
It
looked pretty full on.
Straight roach harming, I reckon.
Yeah.
Like in the script, they're like, roach harm.
They definitely fucked up the brain bug.
Would you go fight...
With the vagina face.
Would you go fight the bugs, you reckon, if, say, your hometown was destroyed by the bugs hurling...
If my war experience was directed by Paul Verhoeven, I would fucking go, yes. Like, yeah, come on, you want to live forever, Lord? And then you get fucking killed and you have the, like, most glorious death ever as that fucking teacher guy, like, you know what to do. You get fucking shot by your big dog, like, guy that's going to take over you and all this shit.
Yeah.
It's just fucking epic. I don't know. There's something about that movie that it just came at the right time for me. And my fucking dad and I went and saw it, I think, 5 times at the movie. Like, I was jizzing all over that movie.
That's pretty good.
Fucking, what's her name? Denise Richards at like it was like the height of her hotness, but she didn't look as hot as like other, like where the Wild Things one. She didn't look as hot as that, but it was sort of that height of her peak hotness.
All right, yeah, but yeah, it was good, and yeah, Jake Busey and shit too.
Yeah,
that's pretty gold.
Yeah, I did like it. It's just directed like in such a fucking satirical and
tongue-in-cheek sort of way. Yeah. Are you going to see Star Wars in a few days, or what? It comes out in a few days.
I think I am. My brother actually hooked up the tickets.
Nice.
And he was keen enough to get us in for a midnight session. So I didn't push for it, but I wasn't opposed to it. I must admit. I was like, yeah, fuck, I can deal with that.
Yeah, sweet.
But I might have to have a sleep in the day, because if I get on the old canny oil, I'll probably fall asleep in the fucking theatre.
The old oil cans, as you call them, right?
Yeah.
Tinnies, right? You don't want to get in the tinnies for watching Star Wars.
My favourite kind of beer.
Okay. Fucking Foster's. Well, I mean, it's been a busy week, hasn't it?
It looks like it could be good. I was going to watch that J.J. Abrams, like, teaser shit on it. I think my brother sent me it. I'm tempted to, but I'm a bit both ways with stuff. I kind of like walking in raw dog to shit, just so it's like, bam, and you don't know all these good bits.
I don't know how much more little sort of fanboy hype kind of I can stand coming from someone. Oh my god, so just watch the movie.
Yeah, as big a fan as I am of the original trilogy and like unaltered and shit, I don't know that, you know, I think going raw dog, I'll probably prefer it.
Always wear a dom when you go to the movies.
Yeah, like sorry, that is the theme of this show, is wear protection, but I'm just being the bad example here. It's like good cop, bad cop with me and Conez. So.
The devil on my shoulder, so to speak. Yeah.
So I'm the example, I'm the bad example, and Conan's sort of the one that you should look up to, I guess.
No, it sounds like a lot of responsibility. Just think for yourself, kids. That's the other moral of this show, if we really had one, right?
If it really is, yeah. It's basically go out, try all this shit if you want to, don't read about it.
Yep.
And fucking, yeah.
Bit of read's always good, do some chin-ups.
We can't think for you.
We wish we could, but, you know, all we can do is lead, I suppose.
Yeah.
And prompt and, you know, wedge and
maybe when drones are really cheap, I'll pay for a bunch of DMT and send them all around so they just land on people's doorsteps and just leave DMT there. Like, smoke me.
That would be good, but I'll tell you what you're going to have to watch out for. I read the other day.
Drone police?
Drone police in fucking Tokyo. There's so many little drones going up that they've created a big drone with a net to catch them and bring them back down.
So South Park fucking nailed it.
Yeah. Cool.
South Park nailed it a year early.
That's pretty cool.
That's fucking hardcore.
There was a picture of it. It was fucked up. It was like a...
Does it have flashing lights on it?
I'm not sure, but it's sort of black sort of thing and like has a big net.
That'd be fucking hilarious if they got the police lights on it. Yeah. It's like South Park like was taking the piss and just nailed it.
The police drones. Well, they're kind of inevitable, right?
Kind of, but did it have to be like that?
Not like this, yeah.
They could just have a fucking jammer, like not...
Yeah, like one of those little bug zappers or something.
Fall out of the sky when you electro beam these cunts.
As if they won't look like these crazy fucking like attack helicopters soon. There are going to be little cop drones before too long.
It's going to be the AI hacker wars. It's fucking weird. It's not going to be a proper war or this robot shit and then people just getting fucking exploded out of nowhere. Like... If you join the army, you'll kind of know what's going on. You'll be sitting in some fucking warehouse like out of Botany Bay with all these, you know, those freight fucking containers everywhere.
Camouflage covered freight.
When really, like, that third of a section there is the army doing this fucked up shit that's causing explosions when you're trying to go buy your fucking new iPhone or whatever.
Who's causing this?
The terror is coming.
Who's causing the explosion?
They raised the alert level, bro. I'm fucking scared.
Is it the AI that's doing it?
Pissing my pants.
Is it the AI?
And the government. Illuminati confirmed.
Fuck.
I showed you that picture of fucking our Parliament House, didn't I?
Yeah.
From one angle, it looks like fucking these bunch of dudes praying to an owl, so I'm sold.
And whatever. The other dude, if you look at it at the right light, it's got this scaly reptile skin on it and shit like that. the whole Parliament House is like that. But
And I think if you look closely, Tony Abbott actually had a split in the end of his tongue.
yeah. Stop the bug.
All lies, obviously. All jokes and lies.
Jokes and lies, but you have to work out which one's which at home there.
Yeah.
But okay, the aliens, right? Because you know how in the X-Files, the smoking man and all the conspiracy, the idea was humanity's going to end, but we've sort of bargained ourselves like a good bargain to let the aliens take over. That's why they're sort of working with the aliens. Is it going to be like,
just to try and fucking get a bit of longevity out of the human existence.
So you're saying the army guys are sort of working with the kind of the tech AI brain?
Well, yeah, you have to be, because it's sort of like you're the ones birthing it. But at some point, that could end up being the war. Is that the military lose control of their own shit and they realise
like Stargate, sort of, yeah.
Skynet, Stargate, fucking.
Well, I hope someone's fucking mad.
All of the stuff that was just predicting the future.
I hope someone's looking out for this shit, because I'm too busy to have to deal with this sort of stuff,
Totally.
So
I just like the idea of it in like. I think Rogan said it before, but plenty of people have fucking pondered on infinity and shit. And then if you start thinking about it, trying to encompass every thought you've ever had, and then that thought becomes a universe and all this kind of shit. It's like, that means that all of the movies you did watch exist in a universe somewhere as a reality. So it's so fucking ridiculous. It gets to that point because infinity never ends. So within that infinity, there is a universe that is exactly like Star Wars happened. And there is a universe that has that Starship Trooper in it, and it's like Earth and stuff.
What do you take from that?
Fucking,
What do you take from that thought, though?
That when you die, you're probably just going to wake up again and just be like, "Oh, what the fuck's going on?"
You're going to be Johnny Utah in Point Break, kind of.
You could be. You could wake up midlife and shit and be like, "That was a chronic dream," and remember everything that happened in this life that you wake up into. You could wake up as a new baby and shit. You could wake up as anything. It's
an old baby.
Mass consciousness and thinking about that is fucking where it's at, people. So, and you don't have to do drugs to think about it. It just fucking helps.
Just fucking think about it, honestly.
Don't do pharmaceuticals either. Keep it natch. Keep it natch, like the cool bodybuilders.
I don't know what else I can add.
Keep it natch. Keep the frangers on. Stay in school till you specialise, and then fuck it.
Yep. There was one other thing. Was that not judging people? No, we did. No, we judged some people, I think.
Don't play tennis?
Yeah. Don't play tennis? Don't play tennis. What else? Eat your vegetables.
What is it? It's say your prayers.
Yep. Eat your vitamins.
What does it say? Your prayers, eat your vitamins. We'll get it and then I'll say it.
Let's rock and roll, motherfucker. That's what he said.
Be real American. Say your prayers, eat your vitamins. I don't know. Fuck it.
Fuck it. Fuck it. I mean...
Fuck Hulk Hogan, racist motherfucker.
Yeah, fuck him.
Oh, with that hog dick on him. Jesus. Just packing the girth and shit.
Are you saying that's offensive to some groups of people? Is that why he's racist?
Putting that fake tan on his dick? That's fucking racist.
That's just how they do it in Florida, I think.
Just trying to make the shadows look better on those bulging veins.
The Undertaker would have a pretty pale sort of groin and shit, I reckon.
Yeah, imagine, and Sting would have had fucking white paint on it with like a black thunderbolt.
Ultimate Warrior doesn't sleep, I don't think.
I think the girl would have had to warm Glad wrap or something for Sting. Shit. You don't want face paint up in your shit. Or penis paint or whatever.
Well, that's another lesson for tonight. You don't want penis paint up in your shit.
So keep a sheet of Glad wrap in your handbag.
Keep it frank. We already said this. So just
but for the ladies, we're a fucking...
Glad wrap. Corset.
A multi-gender show here. So ladies can bag it and the men can frang it.
And that way you don't get the dag nabbit babbit.
Yeah, because if you're out of Glad wrap, just use a lunch bag, eh?
Yep.
Sorry, bro, that was low.
Old Coke bottles work alright as well.
Oh yeah, cool. Where's my phone?
Don't be too bad for the ladies.
I won't, but Yeah, I was watching like a competition from 2015, I believe, of like the world's best female skateboarders. I was hanging with one of my friends from down the road, and we were just watching it for a bit, and I was like, I was pretty into it, and like, stoked on a few of these tricks, and after a while it was hyping me up to skate quite a lot, and then I figured that if I become transgender, I probably can be the best female skateboarder in the world.
Possibly, but I think it would be a bit like South Park, where Cartman enters the Special Olympics, but he still gets beaten by them, sort of. No offense, but no, I know you're good stuff, but I don't think that would automatically get you the victory.
I don't know, man. My friend agreed, so I might just have to go the chop.
Go the chop and then do the kickflip. The kickflip chop, as it's known.
Go the flop, the chop, the stack, and the kickflip.
And the 180 duck slide to finish it off. Fuck, I saw Caitlyn Jenner rip that one the other day at the X Games. So
that'd be fucking hilarious if he starts training and competing for something again. God. Like, I'm coming back in the Olympics. But yeah, I'm a woman.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And then wins it and gets on the Wheaties box again and shit. And this time it's like all airbrushed and photoshopped and shit.
I'm gonna do it right. Oh, Caitlyn, such a silly girl.
I wrote some of my my Insano lyrics the other day.
Just briefly, were the skaters good? Were they good quality of female skaters?
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't want to go the wrong way with the conversation, so we'll just say they were good skaters.
Cool.
They were good skaters.
Sweet, yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, there was a lot of cliche and stereotypical shit that you could rip on, but we're not going to go there.
We don't lower ourselves to that.
Just go watch a female skate competition and I'll leave it up to you. You know, you can joke amongst your friends. But these are shitty lyrics that I like to write in my phone, in my notes section every now and then. I've even copped onto this shit where you just press the microphone button, right?
Yep.
And it even gets my fucking retarded voice quite spot on most of the time. You only have to change a word or two. And apparently I wrote this the other day. You remind me of a chicken... Yeah, you remind me of a chicken in Baraka. A motherfucking slave on a slippery dip.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, you remind me of a chicken in Baraka. You know Baraka?
Yeah.
A motherfucking slave on a slippery dip.
Yeah. You mean this little Brazilian guy sort of in Baraka and shit, like living in this little tribe?
No, the chicken's going down the fucking slippery dip.
Okay,
oh, you're going to die. You're a male chicken. Oh, you're cool.
Yeah.
You can go down the good slippery dip, not the death one. So yeah, some deep shit.
That is. We're all chickens on the slippery dip eventually, though.
I'll hit with that track when it comes when it comes off the press, but yeah,
Fuck.
I don't know that it ever will.
Topical reference with Baraka as well.
Yeah, fucking watch Baraka.
It's rad, don't get me wrong.
If you haven't fucking seen Baraka, fucking
cool.
download that shit, stream it, buy it. Fucking buy it if you can. Like, fuck, that shit should be still making money. It shits on a lot of stuff, but
it overwhelms
don't
you.
expect there to be any talking in it or anything unless you're into, like, tribal chanting or something.
It overwhelms you with the raw intensity of humanity, I think.
Yeah, have an edible.
Just fucking watch the movie.
It was dope. There was a sequel too, and it was quite good, but Baraka still is kind of the man compared to the sequel.
Yeah, he's not
what
a great...
was it called? I forget what it was called.
He's not a great president, if you ask me. I know he won a second term, but I don't think Baraka will be that remembered in history. What do you reckon? Is that what your point was?
President of the drones. Yep. In the sky and on the ground.
And underground, fuck. The underground drones are the ones you have to watch out for.
Well, and I mean just the people of the earth, you know?
Yeah.
The drones up there and the drones down here, mate.
And the angels down below.
Just like a chicken on a slippery dip.
Would you rather be a chicken on a slippery dip or a dolphin on a harpoon?
Slippery dip chicken.
Yeah.
I reckon they probably, even though it's probably a head cutter or something fucked up, it's probably a bit quicker than getting harpooned and then waiting to get done on the boat, you know? And you're way smarter too, like, oh, this motherfucker stabbed me, he's pulling me out of the water. It's not like, oh, I'm in another dimension. Dolphins are kind of smart enough and go up and down and breathe air and shit.
So you reckon it knows it's going to die?
Yeah, it's pretty fucking horrible.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool how we're in that age now, though, dude. Like in the 1930s, you're like, oh, a dolphin knows it's going to die. Some kind of be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You think animals are as good as humans? You fucking slave.
But then if you go back to like Pocahontas times, then they'd mad be like feeling the dolphin's pain and everything, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a big dark ages in the middle, in between tribal and wherever the fuck we're going.
Like, I've read quite a lot of shit about World War II, and I didn't hear Hitler say anything about dolphins at all. It's fucked up.
We're still living in this fucking like dark ages, but it's just been recorded really well.
Yeah. I know. It's sort of like technology's played a cruel joke on us, like allowing us all the means to kind of entertain or reflect and record ourselves. But
you can figure out all this shit from history now, and this is that's how it happens, and everyone fucks you over all the time, but
and everyone can work out how it works, but you still can't do anything about it. So that's the cruel joke that's being played on us progressively, I think. So enjoy the ride. Mao Zedong said, "May you live in interesting times." So
fuck yeah, praise the machines.
No, we're not there yet. So you got any music for us or anything, Doe?
Well, yeah, we got that the Black Mac track to drap on the track. Black Mac track, drap on the track. Sorry, I just got spazzed out by my own bullshit. Yeah. But yeah, the Black Mac track.
It's Donald Duck Quack Quack.
To drop.
Yeah, well, nice. Well,
what's it called? It's called RoboCock.
RoboCock?
Not RoboCop. RoboCock.
Not the Paul Verhoeven movie, RoboCop.
Like a rooster, like cocking like a rooster.
But a mechanical sort of.
RoboCock.
So what did we learn this episode?
Frangers,
stay in school.
School, specialise.
Yeah, just question everything. Listen to RoboCock.
Handbag glad wrap.
Yep. If you're a dude or a chick.
Backhand front slap. Brother,
I guess
we'll see you next week if we can get there soon enough.
Oh, as the Earth will spin.
Sorry to our listeners that are just stinging every week for a new one, but every now and then Conez and I just don't match up in the right way with our timing on shit. So hopefully we can get together a bit more often for you guys.
You junkies just got to wait a little bit. Scratch that itch. If you want, go back to old episodes. You can buy a handcrafted Conez and Doe Zippo lighter.
And to any freak ladies out there as well, I'm selling old pairs of my underwear that I haven't cleaned, and toenail clippings and anything like that. I know it's a very, very niche market, going the reverse to Sierra Lynch and everything, like, because there's a lot more dirty guys out there than dirty girls, but I know there's a dirty girl out there that wants to pay maybe, $50 for my undies or something. So if you're out there, hit me up. Otherwise, it's going on eBay and you guys are going to have to haggle for them.
Speechless.
Such an unimpressive ending for Conan. I'm sure it's not the first time.
It's a Conez and Doe show. We're nice people, really.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Good to see you for a good humoured chat about the light-hearted topics of the week.
Yeah, it's fucking sweet,
We'll be back again to do it.
Let's do it again.
Give you another slap to old time steak.
Alright, brother.
RoboCock.
See you, Conez.
See you, Doe.
They call me RoboCock because I fuck like a robot. I just got out of jail, now I'm fishing for niggas. Man, Pelican Bay was delicious, but my time was cut short. They set me free as punishment for fucking all the prisoners. They call me RoboCock because I fuck like a robot. I just got out of jail, now I'm fishing for niggas. Man, Pelican Bay was delicious, but my time was cut short. They set me free as punishment for fucking all the prisoners. I hit the streets with my fishing for niggas. Man, Pelican Bay was delicious, but my time was cut short. They set me free as punishment for fucking blowing holes in niggas, blowing holes in niggas, blowing holes in niggas, trigonometry. Blowing holes in niggas, blowing holes in niggas, blowing holes in niggas, trigonometry. Blowing holes in niggas, blowing holes in niggas, blowing holes in niggas, trigonometry. Blowing holes in niggas. Ha! I don't understand math. What's my dick plus your ass? They call me RoboCock because I fuck like a robot. I just got out of jail, now I'm fishing for niggas. Man, Pelican Bay was delicious, but my time was cut short. They set me free as punishment for fucking all the prisoners. They call me RoboCock because I fuck like a robot. I just got out of jail, now I'm fishing for niggas.